Kia ora, I'm Angie Thomas. Welcome to my channel. Apologies for having been gone for a little while. I had multiple misfortunes involving being forced to work on the weekend, COVID, stomach bugs, injuries. It's been a horrible time. Hopefully that time has now passed and we can move on though. So, September, that is what we're going to focus on. And September is home to Banned Book Week, which is on these dates. I, however, choose to celebrate banned books for the entire month because I'm just not a very fast reader, and if I decided to try and read a whole bunch of banned books only on Banned Book Week, I'd probably read one. So, I have a tiny TBR of 4 books, which I may not even manage to get through because one of them is old, and older books do tend to take me a little bit of extra time. But I have these 4 as well as a secret 5th, which I won't be showing you today, but I have a 5th book that I actually unhauled a few weeks ago, and then when I went to remove it from my Goodreads. I went to remove it from my Goodreads want to read list, and that's when I realised that the first line of the blurb was banned in Japan, and I was like, oh, that's why I had wanted to read it. So if I do manage to get through these 4 books, there's a 5th one in the unhaul pile that will be our emergency backup, but for now we'll just focus on the 4 that I'm going to be focusing on hopefully getting through. Starting with a book which has appeared in the top 10 most frequently banned and challenged books list multiple years in a row. I think it's in this year's, and it is All Boys Aren't Blue. This is a memoir / manifesto, and it's being frequently challenged because of its LGBT plus content, as well as because it is considered sexually explicit. And I think it's worth noting here, considered. Quite often when people oppose anything that is LGBT plus, they throw in sexual content and grooming and all those kinds of scary, oh, won't someone think of the children kind of terminology to make it about saving the children, oh, the innocence, no, that's inappropriate, blah blah blah, rather than just admitting I'm an angry homophobe. So I think it's possible that there is sexual content in here. It's also possible that the people who are challenging this book are inflating the graphicness or the seriousness or volume of said content. So we will read it and we will find out. Next up we have The Hate You Give, and just as an aside, I hate this edition. It's just the only version I could get. I do not like this cover. I really liked the one with the drawing of the person holding up the placard, but the thing that I really hate about this cover is the spine. I was trying to find it in the shop and it was spine out, and I was looking for The Hate You Give, looking. I wasn't looking for thug. And I think whoever went, oh look, The Hate You Give is an acronym for thug. I think terrible design choice, because I didn't see this book on the shelf at all because it says thug. I mean yes, it says The Hate You Give in like little fine writing, but I just saw thug and kept looking. I went and asked at the counter, the shop person, bookseller, came, made exactly the same mistake. The only reason we actually found it was because she was looking by author name. But even then, she found this and went, oh, it's another book by the same author, and she took it off the shelf and then went, oh, okay, actually. Terrible design. Don't do this. Anyway, so aside from my personal dislike of the cover, this book has been appearing in the top 10 most frequently banned and challenged books list for several years. I don't think it has appeared in this year's list, but like I said, it's a frequenter of the top 10 because it contains profanity, drug use and sexual references, as well as an anti-police message. It's also a book about someone who is killed by police, so we are annoyed about police for killing people seems like a valid thing to say in that context. Next we have The Colour Purple. This cover is much more pleasing to me than the last cover. This book has appeared again in that top 10 list many times, and for quite a range of reasons. So, neighbour, shh, my window's open. I don't need the neighbour to walk past as I read off this list of things really loudly. Anyway, okay. The reasons this book has been frequently challenged in the past is for religious objections, homosexuality, violence, African history. I'm going to repeat that one. Frequently banned and challenged for containing African history. Also, rape, incest, drug abuse, explicit language and sexual scenes. I believe there is a movie based on this. I believe I have seen that movie, but insanely long ago. Like, it might even have been so long ago that I was probably too young to have been watching it and I probably only saw part of it or something. Like, my memories of it are vague and possibly not even the same movie, but I feel like it was The Colour Purple, I think. So it would actually be good to read the book and confirm if the movie is in fact what I think it is in my memory. Okay, and last but not least we have Madame Bovary, which I really struggle not to pronounce as Bovary. I don't know why. I know that it's wrong, but it comes out that way anyway. This book is not a recent challenge. This book, however, has been banned in multiple countries in the past, I think New Zealand included, because of its overt sexuality. However, this book was written in 1857, so I'm kind of expecting it to be as steamy as a fruit salad. However, that is me being very judgmental. Perhaps it is actually quite saucy. We will find out. I have actually started this one, well, with it not being the 1st of September. I started this on the 1st. I've read a tiny little bit. And yeah, so far we've had a wedding night that was just skipped over. Horrible opportunities skipped there, so my expectations on the sexiness front are quite low. But I'll let you know if I have to revise that opinion by the end of the month. So that's my banned TBR for this month. I'll make another video in a few weeks' time talking about what books I managed to get through, what I liked and didn't like, whether or not I think the things they are challenged and banned for is fair or not. Probably not. So if you don't want to miss that video, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notifications for that video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment and like down below, and I'll see you next time.